Hello guys, welcome to Comment 17, where today we're going to Albury. So, as always with these sort of long distance trips, we are starting at, it is currently 6 a.m. Look at the PID, that is just a... Let's try and focus on that. The next city loop is in 4 minutes. I did actually time myself around catching the city loop after that one, so that gives me a nice bit of room for error, which is nice. There was a lot of that in this morning's planning. I got up probably 10 minutes earlier than I needed to leave the house, probably 10 minutes earlier than I needed to. And now I'm catching the train before the train that I originally was going to catch, which still left me enough time to get ready at Southern Cross. But yeah, we are catching the 7:07 a.m. Albury, so that's why I'm up so early, because yeah, I know I've brought up how early I get up for some videos in my extra 2.0 video, and decided to do that 2 videos somewhat close to each other. I'll try and let this trip be a reminder of how much worse... Oh, I'm going to the wrong platform. Whoops. Let this trip be a reminder that it gets a lot worse than, like, getting up at 7:30 to see an Extrapolis 2.0. That is a normal hour to get up. Sure, it's not an hour I like getting up, but, like, this is a lot worse. But yeah. So we are at Mitcham, just because that was the combination that got me most efficiently to Southern Cross before 7 a.m. And, yeah, we will catch the next city loop, which will take us to Southern Cross, where our long-distance Albury train awaits us. Yeah, I got up at 5:10 a.m. this morning. Holy hell. Left the house at 5:40 a.m. Oh boy, that's already here. Damn, Metro Trains Melbourne knows not to keep the viewers waiting. Probably saved you guys another rant or two. Certainly. So funny how Mitcham isn't a level crossing removal project station, because it and Nunawading were made before the level crossing removal project was officially started, and so because of that I didn't do it in my level crossing video. Cool station nonetheless though. Yes. Alright. Now to the city. Alright, so now we're at Southern Cross at 6:48 a.m. So plenty of time.
6:48 McLeod, stopping all stations to Jolly Line, running express from Jolly Line to Victoria Park, then stopping all stations to McLeod via the City Loop. The next service to the parking lot.
Right, so we're going to platform 1. I think. So we have to go via platforms 3 and 4. Because of the way that Southern Cross is designed. there's a train in the way, but you did see that N class, I hope. That N class is going to Swan Hill because that's the only place N classes go anymore. Alright, now we've made it to platform 1 and 2, so we're on platform 1 down there, so even more walk. It's fun. Whoa! Bro, my thing won't look up. You can see that on platform 1 we have the overland to Adelaide, which departs in 72 minutes. So we can have a good look at that. Boy, there's something crosses into a small place, is it? It just changed, but the Albury routing showed an interesting thing where it says, yeah, get off at Wodonga to change for a coach to Canberra, coach for Mulwala at Banana, and coaches for Beechworth and Bright at Wangaratta. But yeah, which isn't actually accurate because the Albury Line isn't stopping at Era or Benalla for the next while due to shenanigans, you know. Always shenanigans. Why is that carriage C? We've got a 6-car train, don't we? Why not, I guess, is the answer. Oh, it's a 3-car train. Really? To Albury? In the morning? I guess. What was that? I don't think that was the N class because it didn't come from that angle, so I don't know what that was. Alright, let's have a look at the overland. So yeah, this is the overland, the train to Adelaide. Well, the blinds are down the side. I've caught this before. You should watch my video where I catch it. It's very good. Would recommend you do this at least once in your life. Well, it is a 10-hour train trip at daytime, so I understand if you don't. I would. I'm crazy. I'm spending that much time on a train to Albury today. Nothing required me to do that. I did not need to do that. Right, you can see the NR class locomotive at the front there. Truth be told, I probably should actually head towards my train now. So let's have a look, see, because the standard gauge velocity isn't your standard V-line velocity. It does have a few things, but it has charging ports, I think more comfortable seats, if not the same comfort as the good ones. But yeah, it's got charging ports in many of the seats, and it's got a buffet, like the end sets. Oh yeah, single digit minutes, I don't like that. I didn't quite catch that, but that sounds like it might be XPT not running today? Huh. Alright. Let's board our train. Right, so this is my seat. I'm set up, but I'll do a quick tour of the train. So, yeah, first thing you notice, USB charging ports. I brought my power bank anywhere, and I probably will use it, but good to have. You got your toilets, very important. Luggage room, wide. I mean, lots of tables as well. Everyone has tables. And then we have the buffet area. So this is the counter. It's currently closed up, but here's a menu. And yeah, the train continues for another carriage with another toilet. The design of the tray tables when there's not another seat in front of it is very interesting. Accidentally dropped my headphones. Yeah, these tray tables, very interesting. Alright, now I don't even know how I dropped my headphones. Now I just need to get back to my seat. Alright, and now I will time-lapse my journey to Albury. officially at Albury Railway Station in Albury, New South Wales. Because, yes, for the first time ever in a Comedy 17 video, I have caught a train from Victoria to New South Wales. There's been 2 times where I got close to being able to say that. There was the time that I went to Sydney and saw the trains there, but I went there via plane and didn't even get close to the Murray River at any point, besides, well, from above. And the time I went to Swan Hill and crossed the Murray by foot. So I spent about 40 seconds in New South Wales. But yeah, just want to quickly cover this single amenity. Holy hell. This, and these comfy seats. They just did it. My power bank is completely untouched. Like, literally, like, I just used the train's power. It's incredible. They should roll this out on everything. No reason not to. So yeah, now we are at Albury Railway Station. Firstly, very ornate design for the platform shelters. And also, one thing you might notice is that the station is the platforms are quite long. I believe that's for historical reasons. The Spirit of Progress, a train you may have heard of, stopped here, and that was a very long train, I'm pretty sure, so I guess it used platform 2. I think it's platform 2. No platform signs. So, yeah, let's have a wander around. Let's go to this end of the platform before the far end, I think. We can watch the shunting manoeuvre as well, because our trains are about to be combined with that one. So this track arrangement here, this is so that trains could run around. So let's say Spirit of Progress stopped here, Loco popped off, drove up here, all the way to the end. Actually, that's a very short section of track for it to end on, from the point to the red light. You could fit a Loco there, but not a long one. Anyway, so the Loco flips the tracks, runs around, goes via the track that other SG VLocity is on, all the way to the other end, and then can reattach to the other end of the train. Obviously, for a V-Line VLocity, that is not relevant. That looks like some sort of freight loading structure, probably an old one. All of these major stations used to be freight hubs. Freight was a lot more common in Victoria in the bygone era of the past. Now, one thing you may notice looking at the platforms is that the tactile dots are the wrong colour. Everywhere in Victoria, the tactile dots are orange. Also, these are some weird symbols for the Mind the Gap thing, and in fact, the whole white line is a bit weird. And this extends to the V-Line platform as well. It's almost... And now this is just suspicious. Why is it orange? Why isn't it purple? You've got V-Line signage, sure. Yeah. Oh, there's a picture of the Spirit of Progress. And I'm assuming the New South Wales equivalent on the other platform. You've got room for Mikey readers, which obviously weren't installed. But yes, there is a sneaky thing. Because we have just barely crossed the Murray River, we are officially in the network of Transport for New South Wales. I know, you want to shudder. I too want to shudder at the thought. The V-Line does not officially own or operate this railway station, which is crazy. Instead, this is operated by Transport for New South Wales, despite the fact that they only run one daily train per direction, as opposed to V-Line's 3 servicing this train station. And also, every train that services this station runs to Melbourne. this is because it's in New South Wales and because it is ultimately on the XPT main line. It is run. The station itself is run by Transport for New South Wales, and I mean, it always was a Transport for New South Wales station. Like when Albury Station was built, I don't know. I don't know which line was built first. They met at Albury. I don't know if the Victorian railways reached here first or if the New South Wales ones did. But either way, they both operated trains terminating here, and New South Wales took priority because it's their town. So yeah, we've got a bay for a Transport for New South Wales coach to Echuca. We've also got the timetable for the New South Wales Southern Railway line, which is interesting. VicLink. Oh my god, it's the Victorian version of Metlink. Then you got a V-Line coach replacement stop. The Canberra coach might come through here. Maybe we might see over to train videos again, because they got off at Wodonga to change for the coach. Maybe that might come this way. What was that? Oh. That's weird. Alright, so this is the PTV operated local bus network, because of course, nobody can decide who runs this town. Where's it going? Why'd the train leave? Is it shunting? I don't know. Oh, okay. I think I need to investigate that. Whoa. Alright. Let's go see the station building. I'm going to watch the shunting manoeuvre, let's face it. So yeah, Albury is a very, very weird hybrid between the New South Wales and Victorian public transport networks. You've got both sides vying for control effectively. I don't know who got here first with their public transport network, frankly. Ooh, fancy. Well, not... It's fancy in some ways. Anyway. Now, yeah. So, very nice architecture on this station. It was the station that probably the most people would get off at between Melbourne and Sydney, because everyone would be walking across this platform here to change trains for a good 100 years. I don't know when... I don't know when the line was extended to Melbourne, but it would have been in like the 60s to 90s. That's definitely a train on this side. Oh my god, am I deaf? Well, I'm not deaf. I think I've just lost all ability to hear directionally. You don't see a train there, right? Right? What about this side? I don't see a train either way. Oh, no, I do. Okay. Let's see the shunting manoeuvre. They're doing a weird one. I don't know why they didn't just grab this train and move it over to attach to the other train. But instead they're moving the first train off the platform to attach to this one, and then I guess eventually moving it back? Or will they just chill the 6-car train in this siding? Will the 6-car train just stay in this siding for a while? Will my camera stabilizer rotate itself so the camera's 90 degrees off? Oh, let's fix that problem. Sure. Oh, that's weird. You've got your red marker lights, but you've got a driver in the cab? What? So the train's reversing, but the driver's in the wrong other cab? I don't understand what's going on here. Let's see. Will they attach them? Because the train running the return trip will be a 6-car train, but the train running the trip to Albury was just this singular 3-car train. No. They're not gonna... Okay. I did check the time. It is 2 hours between now and the return train, so I guess they're getting comfortable. Something I should do myself. Alright, this is a bit of a walk to the... I can see that there's a building at the far end and I want to have a closer look at it. Now, you may have noticed that, yeah, of Albury's 2 platforms, they are very different. In fact, Albury Station, besides everything else, kind of is structured very similarly to Rant Station. You've got your main line to Melbourne there, comes in, then you've got your 2 platforms, your terminating platform, which just ends, and then your main line platform, which continues on to a distant destination. Facing towards Melbourne, you have a freight yard, a former freight yard on your left, and behind you is the main station amenities with the bus interchange on your right. That's weird. That is very coincidental. Of course, being on the more major of the main lines, there's a few noticeable differences. For starters, that actually seems to be the main line. I can't actually really tell. So you've got your XPT platform track. So the XPT will use this track to stop at Albury Station. You've got seemingly, well, it's the only one with proper concrete sleepers. This one's got a few concrete sleepers, but only ones that have been replaced. So that is the main track to and from Sydney for freight trains. It's there. I guess every track through this station would be bi-directional. You have a signal up there, though, referring to this very decrepit track. You know, the track that's fully been overtaken by plants. So it seems like that track may also be in use for some manoeuvres of some form. So what that makes me think is that the track may be double track. Maybe this track is occasionally used for passing manoeuvres? I don't know. Oh my god, this stupid thing again. Oh, screw that. Anyway, it's weird. The signal, this full-size signal being on the platform makes you realize how big they are. That's like 1.5 meters high. Oh my god, these... Sure, can do that. These signs, it's a blue and different font. There's the signal box, the Albury Station signal box, which would have seen use back when when localized signaling was more relevant. Sure, we can do that. This thing is really playing up today. My camera stabilizer. It's nearly as autistic as I am. There we go. You feeling better? Pat, pat. Okay, so what is that sign? That sign says 3VS. So a 3-car VLocity standard gauge. I don't know what it means though, referring to the 3VS, because you can you can clearly fit 2 VS's, 3 VS's into that siding. Well, what the hell is going on? Are they just... They're just talking, sure. Okay, so a door is open on the train that was originally in the siding, and there is a driver in that train. Both trains seem to have sounded their horns. Both trains are active. That leads me to think that both trains are... I really need a reset. Can I turn... No, I can't, sure. So that leads me to Sorry guys, you were just gonna have to deal with the funky angles this whole section. I really don't want to deal with that, but whatever. Is there a driver in this one? I don't see it. What the hell is going on? I don't understand this movement. But it seems like they are going to actually couple the trains now. Oops. Okay, there we go. No matter what I do now, I've changed the setting on my thing. You guys will stay upright. Do need to use my joystick a bit though. Okay, the door closed. I think they just blew the horns for fun there. Notably, they seem to have... Oh, right. Notably, they seem to have the carriage letters set up. That says A, B, C... And then this says D, so I imagine that says E, F, and E and F. Finally, we're coupling. Sorry for all this back and forth motion. Nope, we just got the motors fully blaring while the train stays still. Well, that, I guess like... Alright, I'll come back to this. Kind of thing. Let's explore the northern half of the station, finally. Oh, there's the coach to Canberra. There we go. You know, I cannot tell what amenities are on V-Line coaches. Do they have buffets? Do they have toilets? I can't tell. Somebody tell me in the comments below. Somebody send me a link to a video that shows the inside of a V-Line coach, frankly. I legitimately... But also, if you want to, you can read this sign. Yeah, that's the coach to Canberra. So, I don't know why Overture got off at Wodonga. Really? There was plenty of time to change here. Ooh, truck work, yes. So, it is Monday the 29th of June. That does not include us. Oh, I'm not even reading. Coaches replace the... Okay, we're not seeing the XPT. Not today. Unfortunate. Got your Telstra payphone. Whoa. Train... What? So, okay. Oh, so platform 1 is this one. And platform 2 is the V-Line one. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, yeah. You can see it on that sign there. Here's a little passageway. Car park. There's a telecommunications thing in there. Wonder what's going on in there. Luggage room, it says. Yeah, okay. Yeah, New South Wales Trainlink, unsurprisingly, does all sorts of fancy luggage things. Oh, you got the V-Line timetable. This is the ticketing office. It's closed. Is it? Got your automatic door. Notice I did not touch it. I had to just check whether a light shove would do anything. It didn't. Day tours of some form. Let's see. Does this open? Sure. Oh, so... Oh, this is like a waiting room. Oh, what? It's just that one door that's closed. Okay, sure. Boy, there's some weird, funky automatic doors in this building. Toilets. Feel like a I don't know. There's a few fancy bridges over this railway. It's nice. There we go. Southern New South... Whoa, that's a complex timetable. Really, did you really need to... New South Wales, I've got a question for you. Did you really need to make all of this a single line? You have Sydney to the Garden of Eden itself, seemingly. Eden to Sydney. I can't even read that word. To Melbourne Southern Cross. Sydney to Melbourne. Melbourne to Sydney. Sydney to Mildura. Mildura to Sydney. Sydney to Condobolin. Melbourne to Condobolin. Then those to Sydney and Melbourne. You've got Melbourne to Wollongong. You've got Wollongong to Melbourne, Sydney to Turrumbara. What the hell is this? Do all of these even go through? No, this coach route's just completely irrelevant. It doesn't intersect with the New South Wales Southern route at any point. Why? Why is all of that on the same timetable? There is no reason that you needed to do it that way. Oh, good, we got the VR style platform sign. The only platform sign, notably, at Albury. Oh no, that's just false. There are fewer of those. One of the, like, 3, I think. You've got this one. You've got that one, which is for a piece of platform that doesn't exist. That is not a platform. I don't know what that is, but it isn't a platform. Got some inland rail construction going on here. You got what? You got another signal box? What? Okay. Anyway, so you got your VR style one, and you got the main one. But yeah. Eesh, this must be one of the longest platforms in Australia. You can barely see the end. Whoa, that's like liminal. Alright. Now I'll find something else to do because my train ain't going anywhere for 2 hours. Alright, I have no idea how many videos I'm going to talk about this hole, but essentially this is for a Mikey reader. There is 2 of them. I've covered these many times before. Only the first time I really went into... Whoa, these are bicycle-shaped bicycles. That's cool. Only the first time did I go into really any large amount of detail. But essentially, they are... Yeah, well, so essentially when the Mikey system was introduced, the idea was to literally install it everywhere because why not, you know? But then the money ran out and I think the Liberals might have got involved. You know how they mess things up. And, yeah. So, the Mikey system ended at, Warn Ponds, Wendouree, Epsom, Eaglehawk, Seymour, and Traralgon, as always. And yeah, so they started they installed the poles for the Mikey readers, probably some of the equipment, but yeah, because they never figured out how to get Mikey working with reserved seats. What does this say? Mind the step. Sure. So, yeah, Albury Station looks pretty nice. Okay, that was the sound of someone who did not park. You may or may not have seen, there was just like a blue car, and they just like full on had their bumper on the bricks, and it was dragging. Be careful when you park, I guess, is the moral of that story. But yeah, Albury's a really nice looking station. But yeah. What is that noise? Why do they do... What are they doing when they do that? I don't know. But yeah, so... the idea of extending the Mikey system to the end of Victorian public transport, it has been considered as part of the new Mikey rollout, the Mikey update. Because, you know, now we've got the tap and go payments, you know. All we need now is, yeah, stuff like that. How to incorporate Mikey into long distance travel when you've got to have a reserved seat? Oh, that will be fun. That will be figured out at some point. Same way other things will be figured out, like concession fares for tap and go payments. But yeah, they may have been de-scoped, they may have not, I don't know, you know how these things go. But if they do end up happening, then yeah, we will eventually finally get Mikey out to the regional towns such as this one, but yeah, who knows when that will happen. Still don't quite know what's going on here. I don't think I ever will. I just need to come to terms with that. Alright, I need to figure out something to do while I'm in Albury. I'll double check the velocities one last time and then find some place to get lunch, I guess. I have already gotten some food on the train. I should do a brief... it's kind of hard because the only time the buffet is open is when I'm time-lapsing, so... But, Yeah, the buffet's good. They don't do hot chips. V-Line, you don't serve hot chips. You should. None of your trains serve hot chips. Why? Why? Just put them in the microwave. I won't be able to tell. The trains still aren't coupled yet, it looks like. Alright. V-Line, take note of that. Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead a bit because I've been ranting for 5 minutes? Must have stopped recording at some point in the middle. Okay, what I am going to do is have a wander, see if anything grabs my attention in Albury, and, yeah, well, I've got a lot of time to kill, so I'm going to go murder it. So, yeah, I'll enter time-lapse mode in about 3, 2, 1... What could this possibly mean? Kiss and ride. Oh, I thought it was like something... What? That's a very weird way of saying drop-off area. Why would you phrase it like that? That's so weird. Okay. Sure. Oh yeah, New South Wales is the state with 30k per hour roads. Yeah, you thought driving in Melbourne was bad. Well, Melbourne's got 30k areas. This is a really weird stopping pattern, can I just say? Left turn permitted after stopping. Where would the CBD be? What do you think? If I was the CBD of Albury, where would I be? Also, yeah, what is this pedestrian crossing? It's just completely unsignaled, but also unsigned, but also clearly the intentional way to cross here. High pedestrian activity. That's sure. That's how they're getting out of that. Oh, where would I go to find thing? Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up Google Maps again. Okay, when in doubt, go to KFC. We know this. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, what else could I get? I could just... What other combination of foods can I get I could, like, go to a shopping centre and get some lollies. Oh, but I can buy lollies on the train back. Oh, screw logic, we're getting KFC. Or maybe I'll eat what the top comment says. Bro, what is this? Dude Hut. Is that like Pizza Hut? No, wait, what? This is a hairdresser. Like, what the? Why is it like, looks like it's trying to rip off Pizza Hut, but it's like a barber? What? I don't understand. There we go, there's KFC. On the other side of this road, sure. Can deal with that. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to stop and make fun of this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but I do. What is this? Firstly, okay, so we've got this church, the City Central Church. We got Tribe Alpha. That's a funny way, bro. Is there more to life than this? Tribune Alpha Male, yeah. Then you got this weird turkey ad that's completely AI generated. I think, what the? This is a very funny, also, wait, is the church drive-through? Can I get some drive-through Jesus? That's pretty cool. But frankly, my top priority is getting some drive-through KFC. I might get the Jesus after. Yeah, I don't know. That's just sort of really funny things about that church. I don't know what's going on there. It's just all those things by themselves I wouldn't have commented on, but like combined together, what is going on? I don't know. Anyway, let's retrieve some KFC. Okay, KFC acquired and added to my inventory. That was very quick. There was only one guy in that KFC running it. And there are not enough customers for even one guy to be running it. Yeah, I literally made my order and then 20 seconds later, the guy gave it to me. I mean, a large chips and a small can of Solo's hardly a complex order, so, but yeah, it's just funny. The food was literally ready for me before I even went in the building. Perfect. Perfect KFC quality. You see, sometimes when I review these things, they forget to salt my chips. This guy didn't. Yeah. 10 out of 10. I mean, I haven't even had my meal. I'm saving it for later. Would eat there again, though. Should insulate my food then a little bit more. It's on the edge of my bag, so it's in the bag, but, you know, the heat's definitely coming through. Alright, back to Albury Station. Well, let's check the time. Oh my god, I've still got an hour and a half until my train leaves? What am I even gonna do? What I'm gonna do is try and see if I can find the Albury CBD, I guess. See if I can find some major central point that this city is based around. That seems reasonable. Okay, it's 11:30 and I just want to check, just one final check, that my train's definitely a 12:50 train? Really? I'm going to pull up my email and see if I can confirm that. Alright, all our worst fears are true. I'm stuck in New South Wales for an hour longer than I needed to be. Even just being on the wrong side of the river, it feels wrong. Come with me, bird. Come get... Are you alive? Yes, okay. We need to rescue the populace of this town from... We need to move the border just slightly so they can be saved. I'm sounding like a freaking missionary right now. Yeah. I don't know. My satire, half satire, I don't know. Would you call this satire? Great question. My joke hating on New South Wales is probably getting old at this point. It is funny how few times I've been to this state though. Like 4 times I've been in New South Wales. Once, I went to a Chukamoama with family, way before I started my YouTube channel. No trains are involved in that trip, unfortunately. Then I went to Sydney for a holiday. Trains were very involved in that one. Then I went to Swan Hill, crossed the river, spent 20 seconds in New South Wales, the correct amount of time. And then today, 4th time. Ooh, this is feeling right. This feels like where I want to be right now. Yeah, here's Main Street. Been looking for one of these. I knew a town of this size would have a main street. Augustus. Ooh. Good ice cream. Unfortunately, I don't think I've already pigged out a little bit. So no ice cream for me. Not until dessert. God, I don't know what I want to do at this point. I'll probably just head back to Albury and eat my lunch and see if I can catch train shunting, or if it's already done that. Oh, that's annoying timing. Okay, that was weird and unexpected. Every single pedestrian crossing at this intersection all went at once. Every single car is stopped right now. How do you have a Chevy in Australia that had the driving seat on the right side? What? Americans drive on the right side. Okay, it's probably a Chevy from a country that's not America that was imported, or a modified one built for Australia by a company that doesn't serve Australia in any significant capacity. Because that's Holden's job, because as we all know, Holden is doing a great job of making plenty of money and selling plenty of cars in Australia in the big 26. Let's go see that. Oh yes, let's go see that big pedestrian footbridge. That's a great idea. Great idea, me. I'm so smart. Anything else for me to say at this point in the video? Anything? Glass house? Better not throw any stones in there. Unless you don't live there, then you might want to throw stones. Right, we're going to skip ahead until I reach the footbridge. Right, looks like I'm about... Yep. You want some Subaru Peugeots with some Mercedes in them? Oh, is that a used car company? Or is that what? That's like 5 different car companies in the same property. What the hell? You've got Mitsubishi, Subaru, this used car company, Peugeot, and Mercedes-Benz. What is going on here? I don't understand car shops. Is it the used car company that's licensing the logo? Is this a location for each of these different car companies, all hyper compressed? I don't know. Oh, you got your winding ramps. That's interesting. To like go around. Right? Someone's drawn a fake mustache on this guy. I have to say, it's pretty impressive building a bridge like this with your bare hands. And I'm sure that's what the sign there just said. That this guy did. Well, this will be a long YouTube video. Make sure to watch until the end to get a surprise. Or like a cookie. I'll give you a cookie if you watch to the end. Don't ask the logistics of that. Okay, there's some... What is... Okay, so that third track there, the decrepit track, just ends. So that is a siding of some form. So, in other words, yeah, I don't understand the track layout of Albury. Also, I swore the main line to Sydney was fully double track, but it compresses to single track right there. It also is single track over the Murray, but I think that's reasonable. More reasonable, certainly. But yeah, very nice bridge. get to the middle of it. I think I'm just gonna head back to the station now and eat my food. I believe this would be the Hume freeway, right? The main highway, freeway, way, high, free high, high, free, way high, way free, between Sydney and Melbourne. Did I say every possible combination? Hold up, 2 to the... No, it's 3 to the 2. That's 9. Yeah, I think I might have said 9. Oh, whoa, look. You got your Shrine of Remembrance. I am not walking to that. Can we just agree that I'm not walking to that? No. That is a long walk. Yeah, you can see the town just kind of keeps going in every direction. You can't really see because there's a freeway in the way here, but it does do that this way. This way it starts to peter out as it approaches the Victorian border. I'm pretty sure like nobody lived... Well, I had a look at... When the train stopped at Wodonga, it seemed like that was literally just a station, a coach stop and nothing else. I don't know. Echuca's bigger than Moama though, so we win. Is that a bottle of Carlton Drought? Okay. Somebody smashed their bottle of beer. Sure. That does sound like a reasonable thing to do, obviously. Litter beer all over the... Or a beer bottle that was very empty. There was no liquid. But yeah, this is Albury Town. I'm sure I very accurately represented you all and didn't just focus on a few random things that aren't necessarily the centre of town. I mean, I don't know either way. And now it's time to get ready to leave New South Wales forever. Never coming back. Probably. Let's face it, I'll do the XPT one day. I probably won't go to New South Wales again until that, though. So, yeah. If I go to Echuca by train, I might walk across the bridge. But, you know, like... we'll see. I'll try and keep as far away from New South Wales as I can. Melbourne's pretty good. I'm not trying... You might be wondering, oh, if he likes us so much, why is he trying to leave? I like trains. I don't want to leave Melbourne, but I like trains and adventure. But no, I'd be happy to do those within Melbourne if that's all the train... But, you know, trains are cool and all trains are cool, and so that leads me to places that aren't quite my hometown. That's cool. Exploration's cool. But now it's time to go home. I like home. I very much like home. Homers. Homes where geometry dash is and a nice comfortable bed and my trampoline and Minecraft. It's also where my video editing software is, and I seem to not like that because I haven't edited my video. There is a video that will probably come out after this one that was filmed ages ago, and the only reason why it's not out by now is just because I can't be bothered to edit it. Oh my god, is that a Dungeons and Dragons reference? D&D? Oh my god. I think I found the XPT replacement coach. Wow, that's no branding at all. Well, oh, that bus has branding. Let's go see. I think, one just do a lap for the no reason? Why did that bus do a lap? It was already inside the coach parking lot. That's what? Can somebody? There's no way to access that from any other side, right? No, there's only one way in. Why do they? Hello guys, welcome to Comment 17, where today we're going to Albury. So, this coach (365 plus destinations), that's random. So this is a school bus in Transport for New South Wales livery. You have a not school bus, but a Transport for New South Wales bus in school bus livery. And you have a pretty unlabelled bus. Not confusing at all. Yeah, now to, alright, now, alright. The train's moving. That's cool. I think I should go over what an SG VLocity is, because you may have seen the label on the train before, where it says SG in standard gauge. The gauge of a train and a track refers to the gap between the railways. On this railway, the gap between the rails, the track gauge, is 1435 millimeters. If you hate how I said that number out, how I decided to word that number, I do too. And yeah, that is called standard gauge. It's also known as international standard gauge, Australian standard gauge, also not known as Australian standard gauge, and New South Wales standard gauge. It is the interstate gauge for trains around Australia, and also is the local gauge of New South Wales, which is why it's the interstate gauge for trains around Australia, because of course New South Wales gets final choice. Victoria, our local railway network, is broad gauge, which is 1600 millimeters. Now, you know I said teen in the first two digits. That bird is just chilling on the railway. That's fine. Nothing's coming this way for a long time. So, because of that, there's a difference in track gauge. That's what the break of gauge at Albury was, until they made the entire line from Melbourne to Albury standard gauge to fit with the New South Wales line, so we could have one continuous line of the same gauge. And that's why the Albury Line requires different trains. The standard gauge VLocities, which are the VLocities refitted with a different track gauge and the nice internal amenities such as the buffet carriage and the USB ports. That will come this way at some point. Now we get comfortable, because we're still waiting another hour. Kevin MacLeod wouldn't copyright strike me. And besides, it's a new arrangement. Wait, did Kevin MacLeod make this song? This isn't monkey spinning. Doot, doot, da, 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 do, da, 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 do, da, 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 do. Da, 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 do. Doot, doot, da, 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 do, da, da. The train is finally approaching the platform after leaving it an hour and a half ago or something. Yeah, about that. My watch is nearly dead. That's interesting. There are a few things I can do about that. That's fine. Yeah, the Standard Gauge VLocity fleet, the modified VLocity for long distance standard gauge. The 6-car train has now pulled into the platform after some very weird something maneuvers. And yeah. Probably good timing too, because I think I need a use some of the amenities like the charge. I'm going to see if I can find a recycle bin. I'm going to just decide that I'm better than that. I thought there was a Okay, fine. I understand trying to protect the environment, but the environment's not trying to protect me right now. And the environment's entirely man-made, don't it's got that, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do an awful thing and put a small piece of cardboard in the land. Small piece of effectively biodegradable cardboard in the landfill. Sorry about that. Whoop. I missed. Whoa! You're not escaping me that easily. Ha ha. No. Let's board the train. Oh. Okay, this is a bit. Okay, has boarding commenced for the train? Train. What happens if I... Like, the door's open, it's on the platform. Why is this the case? This massive step. Let me try and get it on camera. No signs of life either way. The power points, it's all on. The whole train's on. There's no V-Line employees around. No New South Train Link employee. New South Wales train. Okay, so this is the A carriage. My seat is A50, so my seat, please be a window seat, please be a window, yay, is this window seat, A50. So yeah, we'll get set up soon. I'm just going to give one final look to the state of New South Wales. Yeah, okay, that's enough. Yeah, time to board the train and head back to Melbourne. So let me just... I think, yeah, they redid these. Wait, do these come in? Yeah, okay, you can just steal one of those. Don't. Do not. If I hear that if anyone does a crime based on the actions of a Comment 17 video, I'm going to do a crime. Okay? Do we have an understanding? And when's the train departing? 51 minutes. Boy, I'm gonna get really comfortable here on this train. Oh yeah, I might do another train. Actually, the whole train is empty. I'm gonna do another train tour. Let me grab my stuff just in case. Okay, so looking around here, this looks like a pretty typical V-Line velocity. Besides, obviously, having the carriage number that has an S in it instead of a L or R. And of course, the USB charging between seats. Well, for these four, it's between seats. For the seat that I'll be sitting in, it will be there. Oh, these seats don't get tray tables. They're like the only seats on the train that don't get tray tables. Yeah, every seat basically ever has tray tables, which is very nice. You got your usual toilet and water amenities. Lots of these have all of these. This is an atypical. This is a perfect demonstration of what it looks like both unfolded and folded. Where's the power port? Is that still between the seats? Sure. Why not make it part of the tray table? Why would you do that? And then yeah, here's the buffet. Now from here, we have a Windows. We have the Windows 10 desktop. This is meant to be the menu. There's some bins. This thing unfolds to open up the buffet, and that's where the register is. Now here's some very weird arrangements of seats. You've got a map there. Got some priority seats with tray tables, some priority seats without tray tables. This kind of counts as a tray table, I guess. You got some reservable seats, apparently, because every seat on this train is reserved, I think. So you can reserve this seat for the trip from Albury to Melbourne if you want. Here's some things to hold on to while you're ordering food. And then we resume normal velocity operation. So just like a normal velocity, yeah, here's a priority seating area similar to that one. This is the unreserved seats area. The only one, I think. I think there's like 8 unreserved seats on this whole train. But yeah, so like a normal V-Line velocity, you've got your accessible toilet. Does it... Oh, I clicked the close button.
To ensure your privacy,
yeah, it just
please
says that.
lock the toilet door by pressing...
Right, let's get out of here. I'm not going to demonstrate how to use a toilet. Just thinking about it. Doesn't know what I'm doing, which is valid.
To ensure your privacy, please lock the toilet door.
No.
The key button.
That's really... Ooh, what are these? Are these fold out? Can I? No. Uh-oh, what did I do? Anyway, so that's the accessible toilet. On the other end of... In the other end carriage, you've also got a, smaller toilet. Let's just get another look inside the buffet. Yeah, very cramped space. But, you know, we are on a moving vehicle. Space is limited. So that one's occupied. So I can't... But yeah, much smaller, much less automatic, much less robotic, much less to ensure your privacy. You know, it's just got a normal door lock thing. And I think that's about it. Like every other V-Line velocity, the train's built from 2006 to 2026. I think that's the time period the velocities were built over. They have these dot matrix displays, which half the time aren't even on. So, like, oh bloody, so this was okay. So, like, these are awful. In 2026, you are building brand new trains that say the next station is blah blah blah, and maybe they're right, and maybe they're wrong. Maybe not. Why? Like, a similar train built in 2026 is the Extrapolis 2.0, a hypermodern train with information displays everywhere that show all aspects of the route. You can see the upcoming stops, you can see the whole length of the stops, you can see what the next stop is, to a really good degree of accuracy. You know, you can, on a train like this, information might include, you know, like whether or not the buffet is open, whether or not, how long time it is between stations, because on a suburban train that matters a lot less. Stuff like that. That wouldn't be expensive. It wouldn't even be expensive to retrofit that onto the existing. Why are you building new trains with the displays that were installed on the trains in like 2000? Like, this is 20-year-old tech at best, because before then they had no displays. It was worse. But this is not the 2000s, this is the 2020s. Get with the modern era, V-Line. Actually, there's just a lot I can say on that topic. V-Line, please actually make good trains. Please make trains that are appropriate. Well, V-Line doesn't make the trains. V-Line doesn't even order them. The government does. And there's not a lot of money, I guess, so that's why we've stuck with velocities on 4-hour routes that they weren't designed for. This is my appeal to the government to make, two things. Well, for a few more than two things. One, which is multiple things. Retrofit the velocity fleet with some modern technology, such as modern information displays, and something to counteract the whole Faraday cage phenomena that velocities are known for. That they instead, like, mobile data essentially is attacked by the shape of the velocity's metal design and cannot penetrate the train as easily as every other vehicle in the state. And so because of that, your data that's already pretty spotty because nobody installed a mobile tower in Dingy is effectively nullified, which makes watching the entertainment to get you through the 4-hour journey is pretty difficult. More and better information displays. I don't know, these trains are pretty good otherwise. For their purpose of being intercity trains between places like Melbourne, Geelong, Ballarat, Bendigo, Traralgon, Ararat, sure. But not places like Albury, Swan Hill, Bairnsdale. What are we going to do with Mildura? So that's what the second option thing that I'm requesting is. Build a long-distance rail fleet. This will have a lot of benefits. Firstly, there won't be a lot of individual trains. Like, you're only running a few trains a day to each of the long-distance destinations, and there's only so many of them. There's like 5. So, you'd only need to build, like, maybe 30 trains. It's not a lot compared to the 141 V-Line velocities. 141, 142, I don't know. And also, it would increase comfort for those journeys because the V-Line velocity fleet is not designed for these journeys. Ultimately, though, I will have to say, this is kind of sufficient for Albury. The seats are comfy, you have power. My only major complaint is the lack of any form of mobile data, AMP, amplification or Wi-Fi. Obviously, those would be a must in a long-distance fleet. As long as the buffet car is open, you've got access to food. Please V-Line sell hot chips. That's not a major infrastructure investment, though, on their part. So yeah, a long-distance fleet with fewer, more comfortable, more space, better seats and stuff like that, with, a fit out not too dissimilar to this. Frankly, this is fine. This is fine for trips to like Swan Hill and Mildura. Maybe Mildura is a bit further than anything. But yeah, this is pretty good with Wi-Fi and a buffet. Preferably just build 6-car trains. Let's face it, there's not a single oh no, there are a few regional routes that a 6-car train would struggle on. Also, preferably be loco hauled, maybe with a cab car, because loco hold makes a more smooth passenger experience. And let's go back to the benefits. So it would also, it would also free up velocities to run the more shorter distance routes, like Melton and Wyndham Vale. And Geelong and Ballarat, I guess, because they're also being affected by that whole thing. And run 6-car trains to Warrnambool, because I don't think that's a fleet issue, but either way, a lot of trains would be freed up, or not a lot, like 30, as I just said, maybe closer to 40 or 50 by 30 trains, because the trains would be full length. And also it would give you the rolling stock and specialized rolling stock to start considering to open up new regional lines, because if you've watched my railway projects videos, which, let's face it, you have, you'll know that I'm kind of interested in a few extra regional rail lines, like one between Neil and Portland via Ararat, and one to Mildura, at least from Maryborough, and maybe like some extensions of Shepparton or whatever, Shepparton or Albury or whatever, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so maybe some connection to the overland. You could have V-Line run the overland, get a new train or two for that, and yeah, I just feel like this is a good investment. However, it is a significant investment, and money, money, honey, is not plentiful right now in this state. That will change one day. That's one thing. That's one thing that kind of by necessity will change. There will be times where there will be a time in the future where the Victorian state can afford to do this. I know that doesn't sound realistic, but these things will get better one day. One day, these things will get better. And, yeah. So, we will be able to do this one day. And I'll admit, it won't be for a while, and that's okay. Unless you live, regional Victorian destination, of course, then it's not okay. But for me, as a Gunzel, it's okay, I guess. And, yeah. But yeah, that's my proposal to V-Line when it comes to rolling stock. I hope the official V-Line YouTube channel comments on this video saying, yeah, we'll do it, or hell nah. I'm happy with either response. Yeah, I think this is the part where I cut to the time-lapse of Albury to Melbourne. back in Melbourne. So, first things first, got to get off the train. Oh boy, they were right to say mind the gap between the station and the platform. Alright, yeah, back here. Boy, we've literally gone through a whole day. Like, we watched the sunrise and now it's starting to set. My God. All because we had to spend 2 hours in Albury. So yeah, that's the note I'm going to end this video on. That was fun. Never going to New South Wales again. See you in the next one.